Hey, how are you? Thanks for watching. Rich Tarani here. I am at ITEXPO Anaheim 2015. And the month is October. It's a sunny day. Things are great. And we've got Daniel Lonstein, the COO of Airespring, with us. And we're really excited. And Daniel, how are you?
Good. I'm great.
Good. So tell me a little bit about Airespring for those people that aren't familiar.
Sure. Airespring is a full-service provider of voice and data services to mid-size enterprise customers, primarily in the U.S. So we do everything from MPLS networks to cloud unified communications, cloud contact center, cloud PBX, internet access, everything in between.
Excellent. And tell me a little bit about what are the reasons that your customers choose your company over others.
Sure. So because we are focused on not the largest, not that we don't have very large customers, but that's not our focus. Our focus is mid-sized enterprise customers, primarily multi-location customers who have anywhere between, 5 and probably 500 locations. That's more of our sweet spot. They get a better level of service from us than what they would get from one of the big guys. When they call in to customer service or they have an issue, the ability to escalate things, to get responsiveness, they're not just dialing an 800 number and being assigned to the next available agent. So the type of care that we offer, both also in the turn-up, that we assign a personalized project manager to work with every customer, get them turned up. So it's just a different type of service. There was a bank some time ago, you say, do you want to be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond, right? So we like to think of our customers as a big fish. They'll have visibility with us, and they'll get a level of service that they wouldn't get with a larger carrier.
That's fantastic. So really a lot of differentiation there. Now, in terms of trends in the market, what have you seen?
Well, obviously the trend towards moving stuff to the cloud is an overwhelming trend in, from anywhere from consumer, iCloud. I mean, personally, I just, in the process of ripping all my old CDs and then uploading them to Amazon so I can, stream them so I don't have to, use my CDs. So everything's moving to cloud. That's a trend, sort of the tidal wave that's happening. And then within the communication space, we see that with cloud PBX or phone systems. We recently, last year, acquired a company in the cloud contact center space. So we now run and develop that software ourselves. So it's a full-blown cloud contact center platform, omni-channel, supporting anything from SMS to social media to phone to fax to web chat to email, etc. So I think moving things to the cloud and then the connectivity to the cloud has become a big factor as well. So one of the things we do is we offer an end-to-end managed network for our customers where we deliver QoS or quality of service from the customer all the way back to the core network elements. And what happens is when you start to try and deliver real-time voice or video or other applications over the public internet that can be subject to latency, jitter, all kinds of dropped packets. So we try and avoid all that by delivering either an MPLS network or some sort of managed network to our customers where we control it end to end. We have a 24/7 network operations center that's monitoring that in real time. We might know about an issue before the customer even knows there's a problem. So that's sort of the service that we think businesses are going to need because they can't experience what I call the Netflix effect. Which nothing wrong with Netflix necessarily, but when you're at home and you're watching Netflix and suddenly it freezes and it starts to spin, and well, that's not really their fault most of the time. That's your ISP, right? And because you can't call your ISP, what are they going to say? You call, let's pretend your ISP is Comcast, and you say, oh, my Netflix isn't working. They're going to say, well, it's not our fault. You can get to the internet, right? Goodbye. If you call Netflix, they're going to tell you, well, we've got 14 million other people that are streaming fine right now. It's not our fault. So we think it's very important for business and enterprise customers to have a single provider for both parts of that of the network because one without the other, they'll be stuck in the middle of two different providers, their cloud provider and their access provider pointing at each other.
So when is a good time for there are people out there watching and they're curious about your company and they want to potentially work with you. When is the right time to contact you? Is it when they're moving? Is it a year before their current contract is up? How does that work?
I'd say mostly people start looking about a year before, and we start doing implementations anywhere between about six months, 90 days, I think, at the least, because once again, if they're dealing with multiple nodes on their network, let's say they've got 50, 100 locations, that's a fairly large project. We have to install that. We have to, and not to say we don't do individual locations as well, but you asked where our sweet spot is. So, we want to work with them, do a smooth rollout, move all their voice services into the cloud, whatever it is that they want us to do for them. We can do it all, or we can do just pieces of it.
Excellent. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate it.
This was great.